Pie and Warhammer Joey. And this is the lore of vampires. Enough of that Kristen sick-face Stewart stuff. We all know real vampires talk like this. Cast on 12! Yeah. The Curse of Undeath is the attribute, and whenever a spell is successfully cast from the lore of vampires, the wizard or another friendly model within 12 inches can recover a wound, which is pretty good. The Invocation of Nehek is a cast on 6+, and it's the signature spell, and it's an augment that lets you cast on all friendly undead models within 6 inches. It can be upgraded to 12 or 18 inches, obviously increasing the casting value, but that alone for a signature is excellent. Once the spell has been successfully cast, the units that are in the area of effect can recover wounds. That's determined by the type of unit that they are, plus the wizard's level. Hellish Vigour is a cast on 8+, and it's an augment spell with a range of 12 inches that allows you to re-roll any failed to wound rolls. So it can be increased to all of the units, but it can make or break a combat situation. And you know, if you've had a really unlucky roll, then you can effectively change that luck. Gaze of Nagash is a cast on 9+ with a range of 24 inches. It's a magic missile and it's 2d6 strength 4 hits. It's pretty much an all-purpose offensive spell, and it can be increased to 48 inches with on a 12+ casting value, and that's still quite cheap. So you can take it. I don't think it's necessarily the best, but if that's what you need, it might save you. The Blood is Spreading. Raise the Dead is a cast on 9+, and it allows you to create a completely new unit, and you roll 2d6 plus 3, and that determines how many you get, and that's between 5 and 15. And these are zombies, so they're not particularly great stat wise, but you can upgrade the casting value to 14 and get Skeleton Warriors, which is slightly better. Now this spell's great for tactical movement, so if you're afraid of being charged, you can pop one up in the middle, or for flanking, or if a unit's got frenzy that's going to get you. You know, you can do all kinds of stuff, and this is a really good spell for that if you know how to use it well. I don't think I would be very confident in pulling it off, but it's really handy. Curse of Years is a hex and it remains in play. It's a cast on 12+ with a range of 18 inches, and you roll a d6 for every model in a unit, so 20 say, and every time you roll a 6 they take a wound, and the next turn every time you get a 5 or 6 they take a wound. After that 4, 5 or 6. So you want to cast this as early as possible, because the faster you do that, you get to turn 5, you're casting on a 2+, and it's horrific. You can take out so many with this, and it's a relatively cheap spell for the amount of damage that you can do with it. The Wind of Death is a magical vortex. It's a cast on 15, and as far as magical vortexes go, I've only really covered the Purple Sun, but there doesn't really seem to be a scratch on it. You have to roll an artillery dice and times that by 3, and that's a distance you move in the nominated direction, and that takes d6 plus strength 3 hits. It's alright. It's just an average spell for the top level as well. I wouldn't necessarily want to take it above some of the others that are really impressive, but it's still a good spell. I mean, obviously it can take a lot of damage, but the Purple Sun is a lot better. So the Lore of Vampires is really good. They've got some excellent spells that, as a Wood Elf player, I'd be terrified to go up against. And the top spell isn't necessarily the best that I've seen, but it does have its advantages, which, you know, as they all do. I think the Curse of Years, in my opinion, is a really horrific spell, but that's my thoughts on it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Is there anything else you'd like to see next? Would you like me to talk about your army? If so, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be doing another video pretty soon, and I will see you then. Goodbye. If I could talk to Daisy, I would have definitely done the whole video like this, but clearly I can't.